everyone, welcome to LEGO Worlds. Obviously this isn't Minecraft, but if you like Minecraft you should probably check this out. So this is still in early access, it just came out on Steam yesterday, so I thought I'd give it a little bit of a try and see what y'all think. So every time I've opened a new world you kind of fly in for some reason. They show a little bit of your panoramic view and then there you go. It's much like other LEGO games where you can just walk around and you can beat stuff up and they give you little studs. But the difference here is that you can go anywhere you want. There aren't any real objectives and you just kind of go. Nope. Sorry dog, didn't mean to kill you there. So what you see here is just some basic combat fighting. If you played any LEGO fighting games or just LEGO games, you've seen this before. Treasure chests, all sorts of things. But what I like about this is each time I've played it, which hasn't been many yet, but every time you bump into something new or you find a new character or beat up a new bad guy, it goes straight into your inventory. The downfall though is that you do have to purchase all of these with those little studs you find, but I mean there are so many things to destroy, I don't think that's ever going to be a problem for you. So on this world, I start off in kind of a desert biome, just beating stuff up, seeing what I can find. As you can see, I'm a skeleton with a magician's cape and hat. That's not how I started, but I just thought it looked cool, so I went with that. So they really reward you here for all your exploration because that's going to unlock these things. As you can see, I'm purchasing some new characters here, and what makes a skeleton better but a caveman beard? It's beautiful. So like I was saying, they really reward you for exploring here because the more you explore, the more stuff that you have at your disposal. Now certainly they have just basic bricks that you can build with, and I'll show you all that here in a few minutes. But finding the little pre-made quirky things, that's going to be limited to whatever you can find in your environment. So let's start off with some of those kind of basic buildings you can make. So let's go over here. We're going to add a giant piece of terrain. This isn't technically a block, it's just a terrain, and they have different colors and shapes you can use. Right now all they have are spheres and cubes, but I mean in this kind of world I guess that's all you really need. So let's add a few here. There we go. You can change the size of the terrain that you add. You can shrink it, you can enlarge it, you can raise it up, lower it down, whatever you need. Now, I mean, this doesn't really look like much. I'm just trying to show y'all what it looks like. You will recognize a lot of things from the other games, like I've said before. You can double jump, you can grab onto walls, those sorts of things. I don't know if they have any special powers or anything like the other games, but again, this is early access. There's tons of extra things they can add in. So here we have a flattening tool. So if you have an area you want to start fresh or you want to build, you can just kind of smooth it out. There's a rolling pin, there's a terrain flattener, there's all sorts of tools. This compared to something I'm currently doing on Minecraft, where if you want to terraform something in a regular game, you're just going to have to dig a whole bunch. So it's nice having a tool to just take care of it for you. And just like we added terrain, you can use the same shape tools to get rid of terrain. In another world that I played on, I found a pyramid, and I thought, hey, maybe there's something inside the pyramid, so I just broke a giant hole in the wall. This seems to be the only way of getting rid of things. I haven't found any way to actual mine or anything, but still it's pretty effective. Just knock a giant hole in the ground. And there was a treasure chest in the pyramid, but I don't know why it just gave me a fish to hold. So maybe just kind of a placeholder, or maybe it's just awesome to have a fish. If you don't want to add things to the terrain, you can just change the color, right? So let's pick this purplish pink color here, and you can essentially paint the ground with your magical Lego paintbrush here. Well, that's a pretty bright color. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh well, let's move on from here. But if you wanted to create kind of a futuristic space type environment, this might be neat to have in the background. As you can see, any creatures that you found, any vehicles, maybe we'll find a new vehicle we can look at here. But anything that you've already found will show up in this inventory. But again, if it has a little price next to it, that means you don't own it quite yet. They do have some pre-made or pre-constructed, I guess, designs that you can just implement right into your build. Let's see what we can add here. How about some spooky trees to go with our weird color here. And if you notice by the name of the trees, that's something that I really like too. These trees are procedurally generated. So if you wanted to make like a giant spooky forest, just put a bunch of them and chances are none of them will look the same. So it'll give you a more authentic spooky Lego forest design. So let's go ahead and put a second one just so we can see how they differ. Don't know if you can tell by the button placements that they've shown, but you have a couple different control schemes you can use. I'm using a controller right now, which it's already fully controller supported, so you don't have to map the buttons or anything. But I'm using the controller now. I tried yesterday using it with a mouse and keyboard. Probably about the same, just whichever one you're more comfortable with. I'd say go with that. So here I'm demonstrating how you can just take random classic Lego blocks and build with them. Now again, I'm just kind of haphazardly building things here, but as you can see, you can change the color, you can change the shape, you can add all sorts of different elements. This isn't how fast it is, I sped it up just for convenience. But there you go. And as you can see, whatever you build kind of interacts like the rest of the environment. I was able to climb the wall, and I'm sure you can do other things with stairs and such too. So as you can see, I just found a new type of character, so if I go into my inventory, I could probably buy her, but we're not going to bother with that right now. Oh my, I could see why she was just there. This horse is a little ungood. Oh well, bye horse. Not quite sure why she's following me, but oh well, go for it. Oh, I've rescued you from the horse and now you're beating me up. Oh well, that won't last long. You do seem to be pretty tough in this game. Now, I don't know if I just haven't come across any real enemies. I found a creepy wizard and he hurt me a little bit, but nobody has made me die yet. So again, maybe that's just for later on. There is one thing that knocked me out though. If you see any very brightly glowing, kind of whitish blocks near near lava somewhere, don't touch it. I guess it was just really, really hot ground and I melted and yeah, I had to restart. And again, restarting doesn't move you, you just lose some of the bricks you collected. So if you're trying to save up to buy some new items, probably don't want to die very often. And again, like I say, this is early access. It's a little laggy in places. The menus can probably be revamped a bit, but all in all, it seems to be playing pretty smoothly so far. See, there's some of that lava over there, so if I see anything bright and shiny, I'm going to avoid that so y'all don't see me die like a fool. This is another thing I don't quite understand. Every time I've come to a new sort of environment, it kind of pauses and gives me an overview of it, even if it's a type of environment I've been before. Whoa, okay, so there's a volcano just floating here. So I don't know if that is a glitch or if it just kind of randomly generates like that. Aha, here's some of that glowing ground. Maybe I will step on it. No, I fell. Oh well, I'm not going to bother going up there now. tend to only... look, here's a boat. So I told you there's vehicles. If you do come across a new vehicle or animal that you can ride, the button will pop up for you to get on it. They give you a little cinematic, and there you go. And this boat is terribly, terribly slow. Even when I speed it up here, it's still pretty slow. So, I mean, it looks neat, but probably not the most efficient mode of travel. Here's a little doggy. What? Okay, so, yep, we can ride the dog. That's pretty awesome. I think this is going to be my mount of choice. In fact, I'm going to go buy this one now while I can. Let's see. Can we buy it? That's what I'm talking about. Now anytime I want, I can ride a little doggy. Okay then, let's go. So the only reason that Yeti didn't pop up as a new character is I found that one in another world. So that's another good thing to point out. Just because you find something in one world and you open up a new world, so far at least, I don't know if they'll change this later, but so far it seems that all of your progress goes from one screen to the next. I'm sorry, one world to the next. So that's pretty handy. So if you just want to start a new world for whatever random reason, you don't have to start completely from scratch. Now, I know to some people that might not be a good thing if you just like the excitement of finding new things, but all the time I've played this so far, there are plenty of more things to find. And I'm quite certain, you knowing LEGO, they're going to keep putting more and more content out. So I don't think we'll ever be starving for things to find. Yeah, you see there are a few camera glitches every now and then. But again, it's early access, I can't fault them too much. So let's see one of these pre-made things. Oh yeah, I found this one in another world. This is a snowman. I don't know why I'm putting it in a desert area, but look, we're close to some snow. This does seem a little weird. I sped it up to save you some time. It seems like every time you want to place another one of those pre-made things, you have to reselect it. Oh look, my doggy protected me. Hey, he tore him up too. So I don't know if the other mounts will do that, but it's pretty awesome to have a dog you can ride on that will attack bad guys. Here's an example. Now this is what I'm sure LEGO will add more of later. If you go in your inventory, there's also a section called sets. So this is one of the LEGO creator sets. It's a little house, and you click it, you point where you want it to be, and it builds you a nice little location. So now if that's all you wanted to do was have a house, you have a house. So let's ride our dog over there, of course. Oh nice, it comes with vehicles too. So there you go, now we got a new car. See a couple people walking around. Let's see if we can get them as well. Here's one. Alright. There you go. See if there's anything else we can get out of this place. What? A lawnmower. Aha, so you can hold the A button and you can mow the grass. Let's see how this works. Awesome. So if you don't want to be lazy and use your terraforming tools, why not do it the old-fashioned way with a push-behind lawnmower? That's pretty awesome. So again, it's certainly not as refined as the game could be. There are a lot more features. If you're comparing this to Minecraft, you know, there are different features, but all in all, I say this is a pretty great game. I'm looking forward to playing it some more. So like and comment, and I'll see you next time.